Hello everybody, AP is here, suit of October, and let's do live analysis for BTC. Now, before we start with updating today's price action, I need to start by talking what happened yesterday. So, if you don't follow me on Twitter, well, you should be, since you'll be watching this on Twitter, and if you're watching this on YouTube, Twitter handle will be in the description. So, yesterday we had two main levels for BTC. BTC was unable to go above the weekly open, which is bearish in itself, and we had 1 hour supply zone at 6,570 to 6,590. So I was going today with a clear expectation to short that block, or as close as I can get, with the stop above the weekly open, 6,610, more or less. Well, I don't put my stop loss as itself there, I'm looking for a close above that level, because this week's on BitMEX will definitely put you out of the position for no reason. Now, that's for one. So, what was the next two areas? Well, pivot at 6,540 and the demand zone here on 1 hour situated as well. So, my working argument when I was getting into that position was to short 6,560, 6,570, close the shorts at 6,450, try to go long there, put my stop close, and expect it to unravel in the flat formation as described here. Now, Bitfinex is a textbook example of flat right now. BitMEX has broken this demand box, so I'm a little bit on the fence of what is actually happening. But first of all, let me explain you how flats work, especially if it's WXY. Now, for those unfamiliar with Elliott wave, maybe it will be helpful for you, maybe not, but I will continue in price action principles a little bit later when we'll be deciphering targets and the next bounce areas. So we have a case here for the completion of a WXY flat for this lag. There are three main extensions that we're looking towards: 61.8, 78.6, and 1-to-1 extension. Those are three levels that we're looking for, but due to the fact that I had a demand zone here, close to 61.8, due to the fact that we had 78.6 Fibonacci level here as well, and that we are sitting on the support from the diagonal ascending channel here, suggested to me that I have a triple confluence and I can try to go long here. Now the stop loss would be a little bit lower here, and lower than 78.6 Fib. At that case, if 78.6 Fib broke, I would be very, very hesitant that the flat will manifest itself, and we will be traveling towards the next order block, which I believe in the 12-hour time frame here. What was it? It's the ones that broke market structure. So yeah, here 6,320 to 6,287 was the next area. However, the real ones that I'm looking for, there is one daily time frame. I have this one written down: 260 to 285 on a combined chart. So if 370 here broke, to 60 to 40 would be the next area that BTC would go to. That would be clearly flirting with yearly lows, and I would expect those to hold at the time being. Now, okay, now that we understood why there is a flat formation, etc., what do we expect afterwards? Well, we expect at least a 1-to-1 extension here. Is this low will hold? And 1-to-1 extension here brings us to 6.9k, which also brings us towards here. Brings us towards 61.8 Fib. Now, what I definitely believe will happen is that we will go above 61.8 Fib on a daily basis. We'll flirt with this supply zone here, for those people that were break-even to sell here. And most likely after that, this ascending broadening wedge that we have will start breaking down. That is my working scenario for BTC right now. Now, since we're going above the weekly open, where I would see my scenario for a bullish bias, because I should be bear by default right now. Well, first of all, we need to know if this box is going to hold. What do you see here on a 1 hour time frame? We had a high volume candle, which retraced almost half of its price action, so that's bullish in itself. Then we had low volume doji, which suggests to me that sellers are depleted, and the moment that we close above this high volume candle at 6,500 on Bitfinex, I believe that we'll be going higher, at least to this initial supply zone at 6.6k. Now, why I don't believe that 6.8k is going to hold as many people suggest is because, first of all, it's a weekly resistance. We'll be doing a third test of this weekly resistance, and I don't like to sell the third test. Also, we had a 12-hour zone here. So the people that were distributing anti-resistance here, the market structure broke. Then we were going to this domain that said, I don't want anybody to be close to my position, and the price got rejected. So since it will be the third test, I definitely expect us to go higher than that. The only question for me right now is really 6.6k more than 6.8. Okay, so we've made a checklist of what we want to see on the bullish side to trade it to the bullish. And what is our target? 6.9k, with 6.6 being preliminary one. Where would be my stop loss? Well, right below this low. The close below this low for me invalidates my setup, and I'm going to 6,200 at least. Besides that, what we want to see if we want to add to the position, well, we want to see the 1 hour candle here on Bitfinex fully retraced, and we want to see this demand box to turn into support. So you can buy a higher low once it forms above this demand box. Now let's go towards ETH. Now ETH, well, we had this pitchfork, and I'm working the same scenario for BTC that we're working the final third leg up for the WXY correction. And we are sitting on the extreme of this pitchfork right now. So price action wise, the ETH story is the same as BTC. It was unable to trade above the weekly open for this entire week. I was selling that level, 230, as close as I could get for like past 3 days. The problem, however, was that I covered most of my shorts here at 223 USD, and I was asleep at 227 once we retested this trading range. So for now, not surprised to see ETH going sideways. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if something like this happens. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and some breakdown to 210 USD, and then we shot up like this. When was it? Where was it? No, it's not that one that I'm looking at. Yeah, here, 194 when we shot up higher. So I won't be surprised to see the repeat of that price action. For ETH, right now I'm looking at 221, and it's a little bit similar to BTC here, when we had the first tap of the order block here, got retest of 6,540, and then continued to go lower. So if that would be really bearish, that had to happen, and it did. So bulls definitely have more to prove right now. And ETH has the same setup as BTC explained there, but this level is manifested by 221. So if we go above 221, and we close above that level, I definitely believe we will be going higher. And my initial target for that would be 258 USD, 259. Might even go to 294, but let's see what happens at the median of this pitchfork, which also coincides with 61.8 fib nicely. So yeah, that is my target for ETH. I definitely don't look to trade ETH to the upside. Looks the weakest right now, and if BTC will break down, then I'm definitely going to short ETH, as the next support is at 205, 203 USD, and if it closes below 192 on the daily, I believe, yeah, hit 195 on the daily, that is definitely free air to go for the new yearly lows. So the game plan is quite easy. Wait to see what is the reaction here on BitMax is 6,455. If it's really bearish, we should get rejected. If it's not, then yeah, we'll be completing the ascending Brodian wedge or WXY flat. Call it whatever you want. Now, my problem with calling it both at the same time is that normally wedges an A, B, C, D, E type of formation. This doesn't seem like one, but you know, we'll work with what we got. And if it looks like an ascending Brodian wedge, well, why not trade it like one? So yeah, very clear channel for BTC, very clear channel for ETH. The break of this ascending channel is the break of last bullish hope. So you have clear levels, have clear bias and clear stop losses. Good luck with your trading and see you later.